Hey, so here I am back on the treadmill for a little bit of a walk. I've had a quiet afternoon. I spoke on the phone with my son for an hour. We played Minecraft. And then I spent an hour on the phone with my friend from Scotland. Technically, it was Messenger, kind of a Skype thing, and we caught up and talked about the people who have died and all the changes, and now I feel old. Friends are talking about who's alive and who's dead. That means you're old, right? So, I'm gonna have to do that more often. She led with that, so I'll give her credit for that. And I think she's right. We should talk more often. My son asks, why are we apart? He's in California, I'm in Texas. Why are we apart? I don't think I have an answer that will satisfy his 7-year-old mind. I assure him we're not apart, we're just in two different states. I tell him I love him, our heart is connected. He tells me he loves me, but he's missing me. California is a different animal. I've not lived there, so I don't know the good or the bad of it. I just know that it's expensive and I can't shift over there very easy. That and the Texas license is different than the California license, which means either I'm back in school, it just doesn't shift. There should be probably a way for all states to have a universal license. It would save time and money and give access to more people who need counseling. A lot of people need counseling since COVID. A lot of anxiety has increased. A lot of stuff has just increased. Not enough providers. So, in other news, my writing's doing okay. I'll link a couple articles that I've written, maybe. I also read a lot and I comment on other people's writing, and I met this one lady who was talking about light, and I linked my article because I was talking about essentially the same thing, biophotons, and apparently when sperm meets eggs, the light, it ignites in a spark that can be visibly seen with the eye. Usually you need time-lapse photography to really capture it, but it's a real thing. Of course, I linked it to Star Wars and Jediism and, not this crude flesh beings of light we are. And she really liked that and actually listened to one of the songs I linked, which I sing, The Body Electric, which was in the movie Fame, but also a poem by Walt Whitman. And it's an amazing song. I can't listen to it without getting chills, and so apparently she liked that song too. Wish we could just share songs. I mean, yeah, all these songs are available on YouTube, but it's not like we can redo them. One day I was listening to music on YouTube while making a video doing Legos with my son, and it got canceled because I had a Beatles song in the background. Too bad there's not a signal that says, oh, he's listening to YouTube. And then, I mean, it wasn't even great quality. It was just me building Legos, talking to my son while listening to the Beatles, which that's something he and I like to do. And I get it. People deserve their copyright and intellectual rights. I wasn't trying to steal anything. It's just wanting to share the things that bring me joy. Bring us joy. Life is getting short. The older you get, the shorter it likely gets. And at the end of the day, I don't think anybody will ever say, I wish I worked more hours. I read that too somewhere today. I think I've read it in the past. No one on their deathbed says, I wish I had worked an extra shift. being with family and friends is the only important thing there is. I've been estranged from my family forever. Not forever, for a long time. Have no clue where my mom is or what she's doing. She's probably, I don't know if she's struggling or not. She was kind of struggling when we last spoke. I wonder what it'll be like when I get to that part of my life. How many people will be there if I die alone? My plan right now is to live long enough to see grandkids. And see how my son turns out. He wants to do karate lessons. Well, he wants to do karate lessons. His mom is encouraging that, and so I'm probably gonna step up. Well, I already donate. Not donate, it's my fair share. He's been playing Sharks, or playing, we went to see the Sharks yesterday after playing hockey, so he likes playing hockey. Not really fond of school. I don't know what's going on with California school, but he liked school here. And I don't know. I'm not there to help with that and be a part of that. I hope he likes karate. I remember trying out for karate. I don't know how long I was in it when I was a kid, but we had that night where you come together to show all the parents what you've learned, and I'm like, I'm done. Didn't want to have anything to do with that, and didn't go back. Money was usually tight for us back then too, so I remember being in the Cub Scouts and earning a couple badges, but we couldn't keep up, and so we ended that because badges were expensive. At least that's what I was told. I wonder if badges are really expensive. Cub Scouts is gone. It's not like people are joining Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts. Surprised it's even still there. I do see people out there with cookies and stuff. Is that all it's about these days, is selling cookies? Tomorrow I took the day off. I'm gonna go see the chiropractor, get a massage, get adjusted. I was gonna go see the movie Dune with Steve, but he's gonna be spending time with his father, who got stranded in Dallas. Apparently all the flights are being canceled, not enough pilots, and some of that may be weather related, but more than likely it's because people are protesting the mandates. I have an opinion on that, but only not necessary to share that here, I guess. Not a big thing. I got my shot. I don't want people mandated. People should have the freedom to say no. Just my thought. Lots of people don't have the right to say no, and that was one thing that we were taught that we could have in this country. We certainly have complicated lives these days, don't we? Maybe it just seems like everything's falling apart, but this is just the beginning of the next stage, and we tend to take a couple steps backwards before we go forwards. There's still hope. Maybe we can turn this thing around, figure out how to do fusion energy and everyone have free energy. Trucks bringing stuff to us on robots. And maybe we can all work less because there's more automation. Wouldn't that be nice? I still want my flying car. Popular Mechanics promised me a flying car. My grandfather had flying car Popular Mechanics, and I want my flying car. No more roads. Instead of roads, let's have a giant orchard that stretches from state to state. And apples and pecans and any fruit and seed bearing tree you could think of. Let's replant the forest. Take some of that carbon back. Now that seems like a good idea to me. What happened to Johnny Appleseed? I mean, we've known about him since I was in school, so that story's been around. Why aren't we doing that? We should be planting all kinds of forests, and 100 billion trees ought to take back some of the carbon. And if we could plant 1 trillion trees, that should take some carbon out of the air. We could make another ice age. Oh, the things we could do if we just put our mind to it. It makes me think, you know, we went to the moon with the Apollo missions, and my cell phone has more computing power than the Apollo ship and all of NASA. Why aren't we on the moon? We should be able to do it better, safer. I don't know. I want to go. I want to go to Mars. If Elon needs volunteers, I'll sign up. That would be some distance between me and Sun, wouldn't it? But maybe I can broadcast all the music I like Matt Damon on his little Mars rover, and not get censored because I'm on Mars. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. I'm gonna speed this up and walk for a little bit longer. I wish you guys well. Walk where you are and don't give up.